By the end of this decade, 2 in 3 job openings will require some higher education. 2 in 3. And yet we still live in a country where too many bright, striving Americans are priced out of the education they need. It's not fair to them, and it's sure not smart for our future.
In order to succeed in today's economy, a college degree has become a necessity. A college graduate will make, on average, $1 million more than someone who only has a high school degree. It has been estimated that by 2020, 30% of jobs will require a college education. Now, less than 40% of adults will get that far. The Obama administration solution to this problem is simple. Make at least 2 years of community college free for students who maintain a 2.5 GPA. The federal government would cover 75% of the cost, while states would cover the other 25%. To answer this question, I've brought in Natalie Mooney and Nikki Mora to help explain the economics behind this proposal.
Hi Liz, thanks for having us. Many people question the need for this plan, given that the Obama administration has already lowered the cost of and increased access to student loans. However, student loans cannot continue to be the only answer. Not only is the process of applying for federal aid complicated and intimidating, particularly for first-generation students, but the market for student loans is growing at an unsustainable and alarming rate. This year marked the rise of student loan debts to $1 trillion, which in comparison is the same as the total national budget on education from kindergarten to 12th grade. It's time to rethink how we invest in higher education.
I agree. We also know that there are many long-run benefits to investing in higher education. More educated workers have lower rates of unemployment, which decreases government costs for welfare and unemployment compensation. Higher education might also lead to more productive workers, which would then in turn decrease production costs for firms. Community colleges, in particular, produce many of the workers and technicians that build and maintain our nation's most important industry, particularly in the STEM fields.
So if we have a good that a lot of people want, and there are institutions willing to supply it, why does the government need to be involved in providing higher education?
Well, college education creates a positive externality for society, but the current education market does not provide the socially optimal quantity. If we assume that the demand for college education is elastic, then providing a subsidy for college education or for college tuition, which decreases the overall price for consumers, would create a positive shift in the demand curve, which would increase the equilibrium quantity demanded. This means that government intervention is necessary to produce society's optimal levels of education.
But if more people have access to higher education, won't the value of a diploma actually decrease?
That's an interesting point. That concern actually relates to the signaling model, which states that education levels allow employers to determine one's ability type and thus tie higher wages to higher educational levels. If access to higher education increases, some fear that this signal will lose its value for employers. However, rather than diminishing the value, increasing access to education simply increases competition in higher education, which maintains, if not strengthens, the signal of the diploma. It also provides an opportunity for low-income, high-ability students to increase their own human capital. As long as colleges continue prioritizing high-ability students over low, they can maintain the value of the signal to employers while also increasing the human capital in the employment market.
By providing free community college education, you will be providing free education to middle and high-income students whose parents could actually afford to send them to college without this program. That can't be efficient.
Actually, the expected costs and benefits of this program diminish this concern. The proposal is expected to amount to a total of $60 billion in costs over the next 10 years. However, 9 million students could benefit from the policy, with an estimated $3,800 in annual savings per student, and this amounts to a total of $342 billion in benefits over the 10 years. To put it simply, the fiscal benefits outweigh the costs. We also know that there are non-fiscal benefits because when you integrate schools socioeconomically, they have greater access to financial and political resources, which increases overall quality of education.
I'm sending this Congress a bold new plan to lower the cost of community college to zero. Free community college is possible. I want to spread that idea all across America.